Good morning from my humble dwelling in the Himalayas. Maybe you can hear the sound of rain coming from the outside. It is not stopping. It has been raining for a month already, but for the last few days, especially I think because it's towards the end of the monsoon, every year what's happening is that because it has rained for so long and the Himalayas are still pretty young mountains, the rock starts to fall, the roads are blocked, and it's so much damage of livestock, and there have been a few people who were killed in these natural situations. And also I cannot be outside to record a video because it's just raining all the time. So this morning, as I was just finishing my morning routine, I thought of speaking to you guys about mornings. And I also recently watched someone else on their YouTube channel talking about the morning ritual. And I thought of also sharing with you guys on a similar note. So here we go. I wake up usually around 5 or 6 in the morning. And first thing I prefer to do is to get up and sit on my table and read and write. Not in the same order, sometimes write and read, sometimes read and write. And in the days when I cannot follow anything else, such as when I cannot wake up early in the morning, when I cannot do anything else for the rest of the day, yet my days begin with reading and writing. And so this is not because I must have a morning routine. It is because that I know from my experiences that it is by dedicating the first part of the day, by turning within, by connecting with what fulfills me and what makes it worth waking up, that no matter what is happening in life, this does not change. I simply stick with it, And I would suggest the same for you, that you should stick to spending time with yourself, especially when it's hard. As I've said it many times, that you must make peace with yourself and with life, with everyone around you. And it cannot happen by consistently maintaining an extroverted presence. You must turn in and sit quietly. For some people, late night could work, and for some people like me, late night also works, but early morning works better. So waking up in the morning, taking my time with my things. I always will start with a flask of filtered coffee, and just, I love the taste of coffee, so don't start with telling me coffee is not good for us and all that. It doesn't matter. As I've said many times, the only thing that matters is that the mind is not conflicted. When the mind is in conflict, anything is a problem. When mind is not in conflict, sometimes for good and bad, both, everything is fine, So start your day, no matter how busy you are, no matter how much work is waiting for you for the rest of the day. For all those reasons, especially, start your day with yourself. If you sleep half an hour less and take that time for yourself, it will be much better for you than to try to force 7 or 8 hours of sleep in your day. I can assure you that when you live with less stress, less anxiety, and when you live in presence, you reflect on your life, you contemplate on your life, and you move with awareness and understanding in life, your need for sleeping will reduce. You will naturally not require 8 hours, 9 hours, 7 hours. You'll be fine with 6. You may be fine with 5. You may be fine with 7. Whatever it is for you. But an argument can be easily made for you to wake up a little early instead of just sleeping and dreaming and fidgeting in your bed, and consciously start your day. When the day is quieter, when most people are still sleeping, I don't know where you live, when traffic has not started blaring its noises in your ears, you can get up in the morning and just take this time with you. If you are in a time in your life when you cannot focus, when you cannot just do anything because you are depressed or whatever is happening in your life, just wake up and just be with yourself. I don't know, walk around in your house. Gaze at the trees around you if you have them. If you have plants at your home, tend to your plants early morning. Speak to them. Just before you interact with the rest of the world, take this time with yourself. Another thing that I've been doing for 7 years already is to have 7 a.m. yoga classes. Until last few months, these classes were happening every single day. Now I do them every alternate day. Okay, it's not a call for you to come and join my classes, which you can, but it's just telling you that for 7 years, me and several others who join me in the mornings, we wake up and first thing we do is we practice yoga for 60 to 90 minutes. We move our body, we talk about such things every morning, we meditate, we do some breath work, and that's how the day begins. And there are people who are doing this with me for 5-6 years. They're just there all the time. And you will wonder why. I wonder why. But I guess the answer is very simple. People are there doing this together with me is because it works. The energy changes. You start by focusing and taking care of your body, of your mind, of your breath. Your day starts consciously. It has more energy throughout the day. So anything that you do and whatever it is that you do, just start with yourself. Connect with this body, mind you have. And don't just jump off the bed and begin rushing for your day. You will get into this loop of being in a rush all the time if you just rush all the time. But if you just be conscious every morning, the whole rhythm for the day is set. If you start your day by doing a focused activity, then the whole day it will be easier for you to focus on certain things. What I also like to do is, after I've read and written and thought and contemplated and meditated and whatever that I want to do in the morning, first 1-2 hours, then I pick the task that is the most uncomfortable task of the day, perhaps most grueling. I have to think too much about it. I try to finish the toughest thing of the day, and then I have an easy rhythm for the rest of the day. And that's a practice. You can train yourself to be whichever way you like to be. You can train yourself to do whatever it is that needs to be done, you know. And all this is above and beyond the currents of thoughts and emotions that are always running. You know, it is not that my mind is always quiet. It is not that my emotions are always steady. Ups and downs happen, spikes happen, but it has been such a habit for so long that it's like the rain sound that I'm hearing in the background. Just like that, my thoughts and my emotions can come up. Sometimes if they're louder, I have to take a moment and override them, because in principle, I don't like to work based on how I feel and what I think. I like to do things based on how I know I like to do them. You know, principles in my life are something that can be true irrespective of the emotional state, physical state, mental state, financial state, whatever. So then it brings a certain kind of consistency. And I've built those principles over the years, knowing now fully well that I can stick with them. So principles not for the sake of principles, but principles because they are tried and tested. And they always work. When I'm not in the mood to work, when I'm in the mood to work, when I'm in the mood to play, when I'm in the mood to rest, when I'm too lazy, all these are running in the background. It's just a thought popping up. It's just an emotion, a feeling that just comes to you, to me in this case, a feeling that arises that I just don't want to do this, I want to do something else. This feeling can pass immediately as it comes. But the moment this feeling arises, what you do is you put your thoughts behind it and you start thinking about this feeling and you give it motion, you give it energy, and then everything changes. But if the feeling arises, you notice it, it goes away, that's it. You can continue doing what you're doing. I don't know if it's making sense. Well, also I've gotten used to saying, I don't know if it's making sense. I'm sure it's making sense, that's why you keep hearing me. So again, I was just writing in my journal this morning. I was, if you're curious what I was writing, I can share a little bit. Mostly when I have days or months in which there is some kind of an inner complication, if I could call it, then I speak it out to myself. I write it out to myself. And also in the mornings and before sleeping at night, I take a stock of my inner world, just to see that I'm not ignoring anything, that I'm not stepping over anything, that I'm not avoiding anything, neglecting anything, that I am fully conscious of all the aspects of my life, not only the good ones, but also the ones that need some kind of tending. And what I'm reading, when I have a reading spree, I'm reading a lot. And I'm a big fan of Russian literature because of its psychology and how the characters develop. So I'm rereading The Brothers Karamazov from Dostoevsky, but I'm also reading Ivan Turgenev. I love his style of writing as well, so I just finished a book from him. And also parallelly I'm reading again 1984 from George Orwell. And so, yeah, I'm rereading some books because I just cannot find any new book to read. And in those cases, whenever this happens, I just go back to Russian literature. So that's what is happening, and that happened this morning as well. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful weather outside, raining consistently, which is beautiful and not hot. The rest of India is hot right now, but it's very pleasant here. Yeah, I just thought it's been so long and I should record a video and be in touch. I really appreciate many of you waiting for videos, some of you reaching out to me and wondering if I'm fine. Thank you for your care, for your concern, and it's just a wonderful blessing that many of you exist out there, connecting, thinking, and just increasing the vibration. Yeah, keep doing the good work that you're doing. Keep working on yourself as you like to do that, and take it easy. Don't be too serious about yourself or about anything. In the final analysis, it's just a cosmic circus, it's a grand joke. I cannot take it seriously. But I must pass my time as much as I have here, and I like to do that in my own way. You know, there's always freedom within the boundaries of shackles. So exercise that freedom. Your thought can free you, your thought can chain you, and you need to be careful where you want your thoughts to take you, or actually where you want to take your thoughts. So everything is relative. Everything is relative. We know and understand life and everything in relation with something else. So if you're flying off the handle too much into the world of abstract, you can just do that, but make sure that you are in a way in charge. You know, your ego is in charge. And just the last words between the ego and non-ego is that the practical side of ego is that it will be there, it is there, it will always be there. And if you can use it in a way that it serves you and serves everybody, there's no problem with that. So yeah, maintain some kind of practicality in life. Anyway, it was nice talking to you guys this morning. I hope you like my new hat, my speaking hat. And when I'm not speaking, I'm hanging it somewhere there. Alright, so we'll be in touch soon. Take care of yourselves.